New developments in the controversial shooting death of Joseph Mann, the mentally ill Sacramento man killed in an officer-involved shooting last year. Two Sacramento officers accused of shooting Joseph Mann no longer work for the Sacramento Police Department.
And now Police Chief Daniel Hahn is opening up about this case, and CBS 13's Lamore Abrams is here now with what he's saying.
Well, Christina and Tony, Police Chief Daniel Hahn won't tell us why these officers left, whether they were terminated or something else. But tonight, the chief maintains his department isn't the same as it was when Joseph Mann died.
This is the video that forced two Sacramento police officers off the force. Authorities say the dashcam footage shows the officers trying to hit a mentally ill man with their car before shooting him 14 times on Del Paso Boulevard. Officers say the suspect, 50-year-old Joseph Mann, was erratically waving a knife before they fired their weapons. He died at the scene.
There's a whole brand new body-worn camera policy.
Now Sacramento's new police chief Daniel Hahn sitting down with CBS 13 following the administrative investigation into the deadly shooting.
All we can say about the whole circumstance is that those officers do not work here anymore.
Chief Hahn won't say why the officers are no longer with the department, and civil rights groups aren't satisfied.
Will they be held accountable? And the questioning has to be raised about how are these officers being disciplined?
Mann's family attorney tells CBS 13 they still plan to sue the department to find out how the officers were disciplined.
I fully support what the processes are in this country, and that will go through its process and it will end up where it ends up.
This year, the Sacramento District Attorney's Office ruled the officers acted lawfully in the shooting. But Hahn says the criminal investigation that cleared them had no bearing on his decision to implement new policies. All officers must wear body cameras. They're receiving special training on how to deal with mentally ill suspects and will soon receive new, less lethal equipment to help avoid tragic endings like this one.
Is there one thing that you wish you could change that you haven't already?
Yeah, I wish Joseph Mann was alive today.
Chief Hahn says he can't take back what happened, but he's certain the community will notice more transparency in the department. His next mission is to hire more people to go through body cam footage. He says hundreds come in every day, but only those that raise red flags will be analyzed and eventually made public, like this one.
So, Lamore, is this criminal investigation over?
At this point, it's over. It ended when the district attorney cleared these officers of any wrongdoing. But according to the family of Joseph Mann, it's not. They hope to see these officers prosecuted.
What about the family and the earlier lawsuit filed by Mann's father against the police department? Where does that stand?
That was a separate lawsuit, and the father settled with the police department for about $700,000.
But transparency, the chief is bringing that promise to the table, I think.
He is. According to him, he wants transparency and accountability, and he says the community will notice that right away. He's also holding these community meetings with different communities from South Sacramento all the way to Natomas. I asked him about that and whether it's worked. He says he can't gauge whether it's worked. That's a loose word, but he says every community will yield a different response. And when a community or when people have concerns, his officers go there and make changes.
Very interesting. Lots of work being done. All right, Lamore, thank you so much. New at 6 now.